Now I'm going to get ready to show you. I'm pretty much going to tell you a story just like I might as if you were in class. Before we get to that though, I want you to see this is my teaching area. It's good if you have something that's up a little higher so all your kids can see, but if your group is smaller, a table works fine, or even if you have a good chair that you can prop things up on if you're going to be sitting with the kids. But once again, it's important, make sure you have somewhere where you're going to be able to have your pieces ready to grab. You're going to have somewhere where you can set it up where the children can see, but where it's not going to be in their reach because they're cool and they're neat and the kids are going to want to reach out and touch. And that's a no-no. These are our teachers' teaching tools. When you get ready to tell your story, remember that, first of all, when telling the story, remember your pieces are actors. This guy is just a crowd person today, but last week he might have been John the Baptist. And the week before he might have been Jacob and Esau. So don't focus too much on what the pieces look like. We don't need to spend 5 minutes going, oh, and he was wearing this red robe, and can you see how he's holding out? No. You're creating a background picture as a visual, but we're not going to walk our people around. We're not going to spend 10 minutes describing their clothes. Because like I said, he's just a background person today, but last week he might have been Jacob. And if you spend too much time focusing on what the people in your picture look like, the next week your kids are going to be like, oh look, it's Jacob from our story last week. And it's going to get confusing. So when you're building your scene for your story, remember it's a picture. But it's a picture. It's not a play. All right? Now, one thing I like to do when I tell the story is I'll start off with my blank background. Go ahead, have your scene set up, but keep your people and any other pieces you can waiting for you. Because it's very interesting for the kids, as you'll see, if you can set up your scene while you're talking. Because there's things that get revealed and it's something new for them to look at and to see. And it helps draw them in, it helps catch their attention, and it helps tie your words in to what you're communicating. So build your scene in front of your kids and get them involved. If it's raining in the story, have them make raining sounds. If it's David and Goliath is shouting at David, have the kids shout with you. Involve them. Don't just be a talking head showing them a picture. Make it entertaining. That's pretty much what you're doing. You are an entertainer because otherwise your children will be bouncing off the walls. You have to keep them entertained. So you want to make sure in whatever little way you can think of to draw them into the story that you're telling. And a great way to do that is to build your scene with your flannel characters as you're speaking. And on that note, we're going to get ready to tell the story of the crucifixion and the resurrection.